It's time for Senseless Sports with me, Johnny Jumpshot. So here we have our two participants, Kris Middleton and Goran Dragic, two of the biggest mouth breathers in the NBA. Kris Middleton got a $170 million contract. You would think he could have spent some of that money getting braces, but no, I don't know if he can actually shut his mouth all the way over those teeth. I've never seen it happen. I assume he can. And then on the other side, you have Goran Dragic, who looks like he's about to get a load dropped on his face. And he has his mouth open, hoping they play a little skee ball and try to get it in his mouth. So let's get to the video. So let's first take a look at what happens. We get a miss shot and a rebound, and down goes Dragic, down goes Middleton. Dragic gets up and stands over Middleton. Middleton backs away, waving his finger. Kendrick Nunn comes sliding in, and everyone gets in the middle, and peace is restored. We will see again in the instant replay what happened here. We see Kris Middleton walking away, all of his teeth on display. We get a block by Middleton, and then what happens is they get their arms tangled, they go down. Dragic stands over him, thrusts his crotch into his face, and then Kendrick Nunn comes sliding in to try and save the day. One more time, crotch thrust, and Kris Middleton backs away. So the first thing we're going to start with here is the takedown. Now as you see here, if we can go back, watch Dragic's arm as he hooks it up underneath Middleton's arm. And then he uses that arm and spins him and then pulls him down and pulls himself into the headlock. So basically, it looks, from my opinion, that he hooks his arm underneath, then he turns and he grabs Middleton's arm and pulls it over his head and then goes inside, making it look like Middleton headlocked him, even though he was the one who initiated all of it. One more time. Pulls him down, and then it makes it look like Middleton has him in a headlock. Next thing we see is him thrusting his crotch right in Middleton's face as if he was a Slovenian hooker. Middleton gets up, backs away, says, "No, sir, I'm not interested at this time." And he's smiling, though, so he's not, like, really pissed. You know, he's saying no, backing away, smiling, as Dragic thought that he could solicit some sex from him. Next thing we're going to look at is Kendrick Nunn. As you see him here, number 25. He sees what's happening, and he thinks he's going to stalk in like a lioness, and no one's going to notice him standing in the middle of the court. So he gets low. He comes running in as if he's going to do something, and then at the last second, whoop, and down he goes. I don't know if it was a force out because the referee did not attempt to tag him. He just let him slide in. So I think it was probably a force out, and down he goes, and then everyone so nicely helps him right back up. I think the funny part about this as well is right here, he's about 1.5 feet from the action, about 1.5 feet from Goran Dragic, and he feels like he's there, he's in the action, and then down he goes, and it's an embarrassment for him. The next person we're going to look at is Robin Lopez, who's right here. He sees what's happening. He says, hey guys, you stop that, guys. As he walks over to break it up. And if you watch Kendrick Nunn come into the scene here, he goes down, and immediately Robin Lopez bends over to help him back up. I mean, what a guy. Look at him, and then he does his famous Truman Show impression, where he just stops everyone like he's in the middle of the street. I think it's hilarious that while being peacemaker, he still has the presence of mind to help up an opponent who was there to fight. Kendrick Nunn comes in to fight, and Robin Lopez immediately, without hesitation, decides to help him up. Next, we're going to look at Giannis's role as he sees it happening. Again, he just says, hey guys, stop, puts up a hand, the international sign for please stop. He doesn't run over. I don't know if everyone likes Kris Middleton because no one really runs to his aid. Giannis just says, hey guys, stop, that's enough of this. We don't need this anymore, just take it easy.
And Dragic and Middleton hit the deck. Dragic goes out.
And finally, the last thing we're going to look at is Eric Spoelstra here in the upper part of your corner. Hands on hips, just like Alex Caruso, still hands on hips, walking around with his hands on his hips. Now he's going to leave the frame for a minute and come back. And would you believe it? His hands are still on his hips as he's walking the runway like Alex Caruso. I didn't know hip walking was a thing, but evidently it is in the NBA, as we now have two different people who walk around with their hands on their hips. So that was it. You know, you usually think you need some tough guys to be on your team. I don't know if Milwaukee has those tough guys. No one really comes to fight. Everyone just comes to break it up. You usually have one guy on a team who just comes in ready to start throwing punches, but you don't see that from anyone on Milwaukee. Everyone just kind of stands there and tries to break it up and then helps people up. So I don't know what that means for the Bucks in the future, but we will have to see.